Right. Good afternoon, MD.
Good afternoon, Osoba.
Yes. Welcome to today's edition of Nigerian Exchange Weekly.
Thank you for having me again.
Yes, and we know the capital market has done a lot in the course of the present year. And last week we had an edition where we discussed previous year and all of that. But today, I want us to look carefully and more directly at what is happening in the market currently to help investors know how to probably approach the market. So I have some questions here, and I'll start from the first one straight up. The first one says, "How do I know if a stock is good to buy, given the current trend?"
Yeah, as traders and investors in the market, all you needed to do is to do analysis. That is why we tell people do your due diligence. And how do you do it? Is through fundamental analysis and through technical analysis. I'm not a chartist. I don't use chart, but I do fundamental analysis. What do you look out for? The people on board of the management, the board and the management, just like you talk about whichever company that you have, Melu or Otedola, you know what they can do. Then you talk about the product. Is it product is sellable? Is it in demand? When you talk about Nestle, when you talk about Cadbury, when you talk about PZ, then you talk about their results, profitability. How do they grow every year? If they release their result, quarterly result, first quarter, second quarter, third quarter, is there element of growth? Do they maintain and control their market share in the market? Those are the analysis that then the price, you compare the price to their earnings. Are they making enough earnings to sustain the price? Once you get that, do that your due diligence, you know that that stock is good to buy.
All right, thank you, sir. So, how should investors think about policy changes and regulation? You know, regulation is happening in the market currently. Capital market operators are asked to, bring in more capital and all of those kind of changes.
Those are the news that will naturally filter into the market. It will not depend on how you interpret them. You could remember the moment the Naira 2025 was signed in, everybody believed that the insurance company is going to be better for it, and the prices moved. And I think as at yesterday, NBS released the figures for December, inflation reading, and it was just 15.15. And that we said a signal to the market that even all the frivolities in December, the increase was just very little, which is believed that as we go into January, as we go into February, the inflation will be coming down. And if inflation is coming down, the MPC of CBN will have a reason to thicken down the MPR. And if the MPR is thickened down, it will affect the money market and will come back and affect the capital market positively.
Thank you, sir. All right. So, in the course of the present week, sorry, sir, could you give us a quick summary of what has happened in the market, and this is the end of the week. What are the kind of changes that investors should make given the progression of things?
We saw that stocks were still be bullish until yesterday, and when the profit taking steps in, and and there is no way that you buy a stock at a particular price, because we normally advise if you are going into a stock, please know your entry level and your exit level. So a number of people I believe that they have made a lot of gain and they are exiting. First of all, let me that it hit MC Nichols. MC Nichols started at 2 naira 80 kobo and it grew as high as 8 naira 4 kobo yesterday. But as we speak, MC Nichols is around 5 naira plus because people needed to take their profit. It also affected CWG. It affected Itrazat. Even yesterday, UNICEF was down, just that today it was reversed to the extent that it affected RRD. But I thought that it's just a place that is providing new entrance in a new entry price to go into, because normally we know there is always a wicked effect. We started yesterday and still get today, but by Monday I'm seeing a different market.
All right, thanks for that, sir. So how can someone or an investor with a small income still invest wisely, especially looking at those small retail investors with small
You see,
capital?
I've never looked at the amount of money that you have to rate an investor, because if you invest in Seplat at 6,700 naira per share and there is a 10% increase, the 10% will also affect the small money that you have. The only thing is that the number of units you'll be able to buy could be smaller. So it is safe process, whether you have money, whether you don't have money. The only thing that I do advise is that those that have the kind of money you are talking about should concentrate on penny stocks. But most penny stocks are dangerous. So they are yo-yo. So I can still tell you that whether you have money, whether you don't have money, look at fundamentally sound stock. Yes, a stock can take off and make 100%, but the question is that if can you balance fear and greed? Do you know when to enter and when to exit? But if you cannot, focus your attention on fundamentally sound stock. The only difference between you and the big guys is that you get less units that they have, and you will be fine.
Thanks for that. So I think you heard it. So it should not really be about how many quantity can I get, because my money is small. I can't buy the Araden of this world. I can't buy the Nestle of this world, kind of thing.
Because you can still make that 30% on your investment. If you buy
Okay.
Nestle 2 units and the stock get 30%, it's 30% on your investment, the same 30% on the person that would have bought like 10,000. The only thing is that the quantum is different.
Good. Thanks, sir. All right, so let me move on. Deep Cap and E-Transact have been among the top gainers for this week. Is there a reason for that?
Yes, there are. Yes, we know Deep Capital in the beginning, they are into asset management, and at a particular point in time in their life, maybe because of inactivity, that SEC have to sack the board. And what they've done that is even making the stock to look up now is that they are now into financing of mineral mining, like the gold, the bauxite, and the lithium. And we know that there is serious money in that. That is what is driving traffic to Deep Capital. Therefore, Intrazad is a business card. They're into business card. They've just gotten a major business, contract, and that is why the price continued to go ahead, though it reversed yesterday. Like I said before, that people needed to take their profit. But one thing I like about the price, even when it opened 2025 yesterday, why it closed on Wednesday 19.95 kobo, it opened 2025 instead of 21.90, and they closed 18.50 kobo. And if the stock has gotten to the level where it will be sold down, peradventure as we speak now, we will be trading like 16 naira. But the price still maintain 18.50 kobo today, and I have the belief that by Monday or Tuesday there will be a reversal.
All right, thank you, sir. So I wanted us to still look at stocks again that did a good momentum this week. So I would like us to look at Unicell, because I observed Unicell has made a major move this week. Sorry, could you help?
First of all, Unicell was formerly interlinked, and they were providing for electrical outfits until they now digressed from what they were providing into oil and gas servicing. So what they do in extent is that actually they are not into oil exploration, but they are servicing oil explorers by providing the needed chemicals that they needed to process the oil and gas. And whether we like it or not, that is where the money is as far as this country is concerned. That is why there is a movement, there is a flow of funds from other stocks into Unicell.
Of course, correct. Oil and gas is a major, industry in the country. All right, sir. Looking at Vitafoam, sir, we observed also Vitafoam had a major surge in price last year. And is there anything that investors should know about Vitafoam, given that massive
You
movement.
see, one of the things that move prices in the market is information and performance of a company. And you know, Vitafoam has September 30 as its financial year end. And when they released their results last year, you can see that their profit after tax moved from 952 million to 40.54 billion. That is 1,400% growth. Not only that, instead of paying their normal 1.5 kobo dividend, they paid 3 naira and they gave bonus of 1 for 5. And you understand the trick in bonuses. We saw it in AfriFood, we saw it in UCAP, we saw it in VFD. So whenever a company, especially 1 for 5 and 3 naira dividend, and with that outstanding result, there's no way Vitafoam will not attract this volume that is attracted.
Thank you, sir. Wow. All right, sir. At this checkpoint, for the next week, stocks to buy. Stocks that investors should be looking at, sir.
What I look at, one, is that there's always a pullback, and that is exactly what we experienced yesterday today. Those stocks that have been running, all you needed to do is to take position. I talk about CWG, I talk about Unicel, I talk about Itrazak. There is Ella Lake. We saw the day Ella Lake got to 16.65 kobo, it pulled back. It came back and it even closed 17 yesterday. It means that it still have, because it's now into the new oil and the new gold, which is palm produce, palm oil production. Those are the stock that we should be looking at for.
All right. Thank you very much, sir. That was a major, you know, information you've given out to us. Just hope you as an investor should just go out there, reach out to your stockbroker, and take wise decisions with the market. And then you also need to know this is not an invitation to invest. Consult your investment analyst, consult your brokers. Thank you again, Mr. Arno Kabira, Managing Director and CEO of Global View Capital Limited.
It's always a pleasure.